This is big breaking emergency news. There has been a nationwide outage of our critical systems that monitor our weather and monitor what is going on in the air and around our country. These radar systems had a nationwide blackout just last night, and it was very suspicious and very strange for this to happen, right? All these different radar systems around the country went offline at the same exact time, right? And the suspicious part is what happened while this radar was offline. What did we not see while it was offline? Why did it go offline as well? What actually happened? All right, so we're going to dive into this. We're going to talk about maybe some theories of what happened. We don't know for sure. Even the National Weather Service is investigating this, and this is very suspicious. It could have been a cyber attack. It could have been a dry run. It could have been a test. And the path of where this storm was happening during this blackout was very suspicious as well, right? So let's dive into this really quick. Hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated on this big breaking news. All right, so let's dive into this here. You can see here, nationwide weather radar outage under investigation by the National Weather Service. It says Weather Service radar warning systems fail during severe storm outbreak. It says as severe storms move through U.S., weather warning systems faced a failure. And it says numerous National Weather Service radars go down during severe weather Tuesday morning. All right, so this is very suspicious, very strange what's going on. And was this a cyber attack, or are they doing a dry run for something big to shut this system off so nobody knows what happened while it was off? Okay, so I want you to look at this little graphic here really quick, and then we will get into more details. You can see here, all right, this is a GIF of the outage that happened early this morning last night. Okay, and look at this. Look at the radars going offline. Look at that. Look at that nationwide blackout of all the radars. Very suspicious. And then also look at where the path of this storm was. The path of the storm looks approximately where the eclipse is going through as well. I'm not saying it's related, but it seems like there is potentially something going on, right? And potentially maybe they're trying to hide something with this outage, potentially some kind of geomagnetic disturbances that are interfering with these radio waves, okay? And also potentially a cyber attack as well to take these systems offline. So very suspicious, not sure exactly what's going on, but let's get into the details here. And you can see here this was happening all over the country. It says numerous National Weather Service radars go down during severe weather Tuesday morning. It says during the height of nocturnal tornadoes across Interstate 44, radar systems with the National Weather Service suddenly stopped working. It says at 12:30 a.m., radar sites in Springfield, Kansas City, St. Louis, and across the country randomly quit working, leaving weather forecasters blind as the storms raced towards the St. Louis area. And around 12:48, Springfield radar returned. However, radars elsewhere remained down as the storm passed through Cuba and on its way to the St. Louis area. It says officials with the Weather Service did tweet on X saying they were aware of a, quote, data issue that is being investigated. No word as of yet if the outage was caused by the storms, by a nationwide internet issue, or a possible attack. All right, so this is big. This is really big for our country. And the other thing that's very suspicious about radar, why this is so big, is because radar uses radio waves. Radar also uses microwaves as part of their frequency. And what radar does is it sends out these radio waves and bounces them off objects and bounces them back. So it's transmitting and receiving these waves at the same time pretty much, and it can tell where things are at from the response rate of the waves bouncing back and forth. Okay, but one thing that is not talked about is how radio waves and microwaves are heating up the atmosphere and the environment and potentially interacting with our weather and manipulating our weather. Look at this. This is a AI excerpt from Google search. You can see here it says HARP radio waves Aurora. That's what I Googled. That's all I Googled, and this was the AI prompt that popped up. It says, the High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program uses radio waves to create artificial air glow, which is similar to how solar energy creates natural aurora. It says HARP's ionospheric research instrument is a phase-based array of 180 high-frequency antennas that can temporarily excite a limited area of the ionosphere for scientific study. It says that IRI uses high-frequency radio waves to heat the ionospheric plasma at 3 to 30 megahertz. The heating generates disturbances in the magnetic field, which are detected with a fluxgate magnetometer on the ground, and produces bright, luminous spots in the ionosphere, which are observed with HARP's telescope. And the key point here is that the heating generates disturbances in the magnetic field, which are detected with a fluxgate magnetometer on the ground. All right, so these things can mess with our magnetic fields, which then mess with communications and things like satellites, and also radars as well can potentially be affected like this. It mimics the solar energy created by natural aurora, which is when the Earth gets bombarded with coronal mass ejections and causes disturbances to our technologies. All right, so something could be going on. I'm not saying something is going on. That's one theory. Another theory is possibly that this radar was taken offline to prevent something from being seen. Okay, maybe something was happening. Maybe there was some kind of manipulation going on with the radar systems. And this also could have possibly been an attack, right? Because people were not able to look at all these system-wide outages throughout the country. Every red dot is an outage. And people were not able to get weather alerts. There were tornadoes going on. There were these weather emergencies happening, and people could not use the radar system to figure out what was happening around them. They're pretty much blind. They're pretty much just waiting for a tornado to show up or waiting for the storm to end. We have become very dependent on a lot of these technologies, and they can be taken offline in an instant. So this definitely could have been a possible cyber attack as well, because these systems are critical. All right, and think about what this means, implications for radar technology as well, if they are able to somehow frequency jam, right? That's what I'm trying to get here, is maybe this was some kind of frequency jamming of the radar systems, right? And maybe some kind of high-powered antennas were able to do this, all right? All over the country, there are these 5G high-frequency antennas that have been installed all over the place, all right? So maybe there was some kind of jamming. Maybe there were satellites doing it that were jamming these signals from transmitting to the National Weather Service, all right? Something is going on. Something is suspicious, and we're also seeing this. Look at this. Again, it's the same path of this eclipse that we're going to see, where you see a lot of the purples and blues. That's where a lot of the weather alerts were happening, and tornadoes were going on, and systems were going on and offline a lot there. They were flickering, and then the rest of the country, they were just going offline completely. Total blackouts of these systems. All right, so we don't know exactly what's happening. They're investigating. This could have been some kind of frequency weapon. to jam these frequencies. All right, that's essentially what I was alluding to with HARP, and also how HARP can heat the environments and potentially manipulate weather. And these radar systems as well, they do the same thing. They transmit high-powered radio frequencies and microwaves into the environment that can potentially heat certain areas. And we know that heat is the main conductor of these weather systems, and swift changes in temperature and pressures causes these weather systems to form, right? Especially things like tornadoes. And that's exactly what we are seeing, major tornado outbreaks. So I'm not saying anything was, but the potential is there, and we need to be on the lookout. So let me know what you guys think. This is big, nationwide blackout of the radar systems, and this could have been a dry run. This could have been a test for something big, or this could have been something natural. Maybe something natural happened, and we're going to see something very big happen potentially in just a week. Who knows? So please hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated on this big news. All right, so thank you guys. Hope you have big blessings for your family, your life, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.